Like to make comment on anything that's not on the agenda.
I'd like to just say one thing. I'll ask Polly about it, about the new Thai massage on the corner of Route 9 and
Cypress.
Cypress Street, which has a flurry of signs. Anyway, every window,
In the
Pardon?
window, in the window, you mean?
every window, you know, neon sign. There, I mean, it's loaded with signs.
All right.
Anyway, just check it out.
That's
Okay.
the one that was the Ace tickets.
Yes.
No,
That corner?
no, opposite side. Opposite side. It
Uh,
used to be an interior decorator.
Oh yeah. The
Right?
corner, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're
I have
saying
one
on
brief
the
thing.
north
Go
side
ahead.
of Route 9?
No, the other side
Oh.
for the high school.
So it's on,
It faces
probably
Cypress
on
Street.
Cypress, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to say
Next
one
to
thing.
the-
I
next to
missed
the,
the meeting at the Coolidge, having to do with the Coolidge corner parking lots, but I did watch it on video recently. I thought it was excellent. I mean, the one thing that was kind of odd was that you could not hear any sound from the audience, so you couldn't tell how people were reacting live.
Yeah.
But they did do a poll and everything, and I thought that the options presented, especially the one that was favored, were, really seemed like they could actually work, or at least that favored option. And my one major question is there going to be any kind of an economic development or financial analysis of those things? Because that apparently wasn't part of it.
Well, I certainly can ask Meredith Mooney, our Economic Development Director.
Will this be at all brought before the planning board for our views on this, since that's our domain as well?
Very good question.
Yeah, it is a good
It should.
question. All right, I will look into that.
When you're talking about the current options or when it becomes an actual project that moves out of the study phase?
Well, I was thinking about whether the planning board should endorse one or another of the proposals, because we think that it makes sense from a planning standpoint.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
my understanding was that the polling was more just to take the temperature of the folks in the room. That's certainly not a representative sample of the town, but that it now goes back to that committee to make a recommendation. So I looked at that as that's giving the committee some sense of opinion. As you can imagine, I looked at it. The only people who were in the audience were people who care deeply about that. But there might be other opinions of people who use that lot, but maybe have less interest in attending a meeting like that. So it sounds like there's plenty more steps to go before it would come to a recommendation, but Meredith would know.
Yeah, I will definitely look into it, and get up to speed on it, and let you know.
All right. Anybody else have anything that's not on the agenda? Any members of the public have something not on the agenda? If
I
not,
don't
we'll move to our first case, which is 1223 Beacon Street. With sign cases, Polly, I think we typically just have the applicant take us through it. Is that how you'd like to continue?
Yes, I'll just make a few comments that
Okay.
this is a sign that actually is up already. You may have seen it. The applicant didn't seem to know that they needed to have it approved because it is an existing freestanding sign, and they changed the half of the face. So Bruce, are you the sign person for this? I don't know if you can unmute yourself. Maybe I have to, just a minute. I'll make you co-host and then you can unmute yourself, I think.
I'm sorry, are you asking me if I was the person?
Can you?
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm from Turtle Books. I
Okay,
think we're last on the agenda.
all right. Is the
Oh.
person from Silk Restaurant here? So Cameron, I know you're here. Could you possibly put up the sign for us?
Yeah. Give me a
I know
second.
it'll take a minute, so.
Yeah.
people be patient.
Polly, could you make me a co-host as well?
I can.
Thank you.
Just joined. Morning, Mark.
Hi.
Hi, Mark. Oh, good.
Hi.
Glad you're here.
We're just waiting. Cameron's gonna put up the first,
Is it Andrea
Hi.
here? Because I communicated with her already this morning. Maybe I have to look at my little arrow to see if I don't remember letting her in. No.
I have it open too if it's faster for me to share.
That would be great, Matt.
Yeah, sorry, I'm taking time to
Oh,
find
I'm
it.
not a host either.
Oh, do I have to make you?
I
Apparently.
can make
Yeah.
him host now.
Yeah.
I like to have everybody be a co-host, Cameron, from now on.
Oh, we can't set it like that, unfortunately. So we have to be the host and then set them as they come in.
Really?
Yeah, I actually can't make him co-host. So if you could, Polly.
Okay, I'm doing that now. Matt, you're a co-host. Make everybody co-host.
So I recognize this sign. We've passed this many times in Brookline.
Yeah, I'm
All
sure.
right, so this is a retroactive approval. Looks like they want to replace, or they have replaced the Lexan panel. It's an internally illuminated sign box. I assume it's double-sided, although there's only an image of this one side.
Yeah, it is.
Should probably open up the Google Earth to see if we can see it in situ. Think about that. This is 12 Beacon. Fortunately, Google Earth still shows something from before they replaced it. So
Well, maybe in a way that isn't bad because
Yeah. Technically, it's not.
what was there before? I mean,
Yeah, it's the Zhangzhou China by sign is still in sight.
and there's been a lot of turnover at this restaurant for years at this location. So
Yeah.
this won't be our last sign.
I
Does
don't have
anyone-
a huge issue with this because we don't technically, do graphic design. There's a legibility that I always am challenged with some of these, but that's
Yeah.
part of their branding.
I agree, especially red and white.
Yeah.
What, you don't think it's legible?
I think it's difficult to read on the quick here. I mean, if you're up next to the sign, it's okay, but this is I think I think red and white it's just it vibrates and you can't read it, especially with this this script.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't mind the sign itself. I mean, but
Yeah, we in my practice, we tend to avoid cursive for things that you have to write as you're driving by in a car. So anything with sort of a script to it is harder to read when you're moving, but this is probably the brand that's on the menu and maybe the napkins inside. So I'm okay with it. Any other members of the board have thoughts?
I'm okay with it.
I think it's all right. If you're walking down the street, you'll see it. If you're driving by, you'll probably be using your app to tell you where you are, and then
Right.
you'll probably make it work.
Yep.
I don't think it's objectionable, so I would say yes.
Right. So we don't have conditions. Remind me for sign, we just do a vote of approval.
Well, in this case, with it being up, I thought just a vote of a retroactive approval is appropriate.
Okay, so
Maybe
I'll-
we should also say any additional window signage should be
We can add that.
something like
I,
that.
I think the leaser or whoever owns this should be notifying new owners about this. I don't really see a whole lot of excuse for them not knowing
Mhm.
that they need a new sign.
That would be Chestnut Hill Realty, wouldn't it? They ought to know about
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm writing a note to talk to Andy Martineau, who, as you know, used to work for us and works for Chestnut Hill Realty. Now he'll tell
Yeah.
me who the right person is.
Yep.
Okay,
All right, so I will make a motion for a retroactive approval of a sign panel on each side of an internally illuminated sign at 1223 Beacon Street for the Silk Restaurant and Bar. Do I have a second?
Second,
Second. Yeah.
Steve did first. Steve,
yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Tommy,
Aye.
chair votes aye. All right, move on to the next one.
the next case is a continued case. You saw it before, but the applicant was not here. And I think the applicant is here. This is, I think, Vasu, are you the applicant for this?
No, I'm not for this one.
Okay, who is the applicant here? Because I know I went to great lengths to make sure they knew about this. No? It must be.
Oh, here's Andrea.
Andrea is joining now.
Oh, good.
Morning, Andrea.
Hi. Did you get my email with the link?
Me? Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, well, we'll go ahead anyway. Matt, since you're so good at this, could you put up the sign?
I can. I'm gonna assume that they would like us to start with the new proposal.
Yes, especially since they're not here. I worked with them extensively on this, and I had talked with Steve and Blair. And
I went through this. It looks like the proposal is to put two internally illuminated box signs.
no, actually, Matt, only the one on the right is going to be internally. This is not the correct one.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second then. That's the
But-
one that says second proposal. I have original proposal and I have signs site mock-up.
While you're
This-
doing that, what surprised me was there was a picture with no signs on the building. I thought that the panels above the windows were within the masonry, were some sort of a stone panel.
They are.
Previous,
Yeah.
but there's a picture that shows nothing but brick with like 4 mounting.
I know, they covered it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think that's a
Photoshopped.
Photoshop. If you look at the pattern, it's a little off.
I
You can
did look
still see
closely,
it.
and I thought maybe, but I thought, well, maybe my eyes misled me.
So the one that's correct
Yep.
on the right, of course, says Capriccio, and it has a line, I guess it's the and Colombian flag colors. It has a line underneath it, and the one on the left is not illuminated, and it says
I didn't see that in the
Yeah, I don't think
presentation.
anything looks like that in the packet.
No, with
Alright.
colored line
Picked the
underneath
wrong
it.
one.
That was not in the package.
Yeah, the second sign proposal shows two signs.
well, I think the only difference was if you could show the second proposal, okay. And does
Yeah, that's
that-
what I've
does
got.
it- Yeah, that's, okay, the one on the left says, I'm blocking on the.
Cocktails, wines,
Oh,
experience.
All right, I'm gonna have to go to mine. Why don't we go on to the next case, and I'll get the correct sign up there. Because the
Okay.
next case is 1020 Com Ave, and we can come back to Capriccio at the end.
Okay, the next one, 1020 Comab is the second location of a Dunkin' that's going to become a Dunkin' Jimmy John's. By the way, there was a post on the townwide discussion channel for Brookline. That other sign in Coolidge Corner is up. People were excited for a Jimmy John's coming to Brookline.
Oh,
Who's?
The people at Brookline are excited to have a Jimmy John's in Brookline, apparently.
Well,
has anybody ever been to a Jimmy John's?
I was excited. That's a Big Ten
Yeah.
like sandwich chain, and I grew up in a Big Ten college town in Ann Arbor, so it was like high school every day lunch was Jimmy John's.
So is the applicant here to present?
I hope so.
So
Because
far,
otherwise
we're
we're
O
not
for
moving.
applicants.
Right. Who is the applicant for this? I pretty much,
Who's Cameron James?
Cameron,
One of
Yes.
ours.
Yes.
our new
Yeah.
planner. I think you weren't here last time. And he was made the zoning coordinator planner. As you know, Nicole left. She was on maternity leave. Now she's married and she wanted to retire and spend.
Wow. Wow, you are down. Oof.
But Becca left for Cambridge and they are not replacing Becca at this point. So Cameron, myself, and Maria are.
It?
But
Wow.
isn't Laura Curtis Hayes also back after
Thank you, Steve.
a long
Laura
absence?
Laura Curtis Hayes is on a part-time contract with us for
Okay.
now.
So would Becca come back?
No, Becca went to Cambridge. She got a
I
job.
thought she left Cambridge, you said.
No,
No.
it was
She went-
confusing, but no, she,
Oh, okay. We
And-
digress.
You can see we missed them because we're.
yeah.
But I have to say, Cameron was in Japan for 2 weeks. So, things.
Cameron.
Andrea. You didn't see each other?
No. I got back last week.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so do we not have an applicant here for this one? Do we want to,
It's
God.
do we proceed anyway? I have thoughts on this one.
Okay. If you could pull it up.
All right, this appears to be a opaque sign box done in essentially with 2 sign boxes, a white side and a black side, with surface mounted 3-inch letters. It appears that they're going to be face lit, so I'm assuming opaque sides, translucent fronts. The dimensions are as shown here. They do have a mock-up of it, as well as an image of the existing. And they also are proposing a replacement fabric for the awning, which eliminates the text of the existing, but adds back some horizontal stripes to kind of support the branding colors for Dunkin' and Jimmy John's. I'll open it up to the board first.
Well, I can tell you, I think that's a little silly, having 2 different stripes, red and orange. I mean, either they can let it stay black or they can make it orange or they can make it red. But I mean, isn't that a little over the top? It is for me anyway.
yeah, it's funny because I know this is like their new corporate branding, but boy, it's not an attractive color combination between these 2 different brands mashed up.
Yeah.
And that's the least of my worries, actually, is the valence. Anyway, yeah, it's too bad they didn't give more thought to this whole thing if it's going cross country. I also find whether, I don't know if it's correct or not, but the idea that it overlaps that cornice business. I don't
We did ask them to make it smaller.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm going to stop and reshare it from Google Street View. The existing building has quite a bit of texture in that raised panel.
Mm.
So there's sort of a subtle projection, sort of every other block. And so I think, the sign that's there now, they tried to retain visibility to that recessed panel, which I appreciate because it's part of the language of that facade, which also has recessed panel on the verticals.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's tremendous benefit in the opaque box sign. It's also going to create a really odd, tight condition. The underside of this projecting cornice and the top of that sign.
Yep.
You're going to get water back there. You're going to get birds. So I'd almost want them to think about doing just the raceway with the individual letters, which to Mark's point would eliminate some of the heaviness of all that black or all that white. But that's also consistent with what they did in Coolidge Corner. It was a raceway visible in that case to the transom window beyond. In this case, it'd be visible to the architecture beyond.
Yeah, good point.
Hello.
Jim?
Hello.
Yes,
Hi. This is Keith with Viewpoint Sign. I apologize. I was in the meeting from the beginning, and when I went to unmute, when you got to my case, I got disconnected. So
oh no,
I can hear you, and I can hear all your comments, and I could agree with you on the awning striping. It is kind of ugly. It's not our design. It comes from the corporate brand. But I just want to speak on the background of the signs. The signs we did on Beacon Street were not on raceways. They were essentially box signs. They were one piece, just like this. They just weren't square.
Could you do these as a raceway?
I can do anything in the sign world. It just, I have to bring it back to the brand and get their approval on it. Yes.
Okay.
Do we have an image of the Beacon Street sign just to sort of refresh ourselves about how that ended up looking?
I could, if I'm allowed to share, I could pull it up. Yes.
Yeah.
Just give me a
yes,
moment.
I'll make you a co-host.
Everybody's a co-host.
also-
Everybody's getting into the
Except
act.
me, I have never yet learned how to share a screen. Fortunately, in 20 plus years on the planning board, I've never had that have to happen.
I also think with the white background, the Dunkin' letters are too big, but if they're on a raceway, then they wouldn't like stand out so much.
It says that I'm a disabled participant. I can't screen
You-
share.
is your phone number 1774?
Yes, I'm logged in from my phone, but I'm also on the logged in on my computer at work as well.
Oh, yes, I see that now. Okay, all right, all right. Okay, now you're a co-host.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mhm.
The raceway is not a raceway.
Yeah, so what it was mounted over the windows, and there were the existing rails mounted to the window mullions from the prior sign. And we utilized those mounting rails, and we installed these new, essentially they're one-piece box signs, but they're just not square. And that's what you guys had reviewed and approved for this location.
Could we see something similar to this on the other facade?
Well, I like Matt's idea of actually using a raceway
Yeah,
as the current sign on Com Ave is.
yeah.
Because I mean, I think
Yeah,
the
I
sign
think-
band above the storefront on Com Ave is really kind of narrow. I think if you tried to squeeze some sort of a box into that, it would really reduce the size of the letters, the box, and then the letters within the box would be pretty small.
So you think that the letter size for the proposed Commonwealth location is okay as long as it was on a raceway?
I think the Dunkin' is too big.
Well, can we go back to the Com Ave images?
Like, what's the height of these Dunkin' letters compared to that, the new facade?
You want to compare both locations? Is that what you're asking?
No, I was just curious, what's the height of the Beacon Street Dunkin' letters compared to the Com Ave letters?
About the same.
Hmm.
You got an 18-inch backer, so the letters are probably 15. So we're looking at the same size sign essentially.
All right, I'm on Google looking for other examples of the Dunkin' Jimmy John's sign package installed elsewhere. There are examples on raceways.
So this is
Yeah,
actually, box is 23 inches with 15-inch letters.
Yeah, the intent was to cover the facade. I mean, that's what the
Mhm.
brand wanted to do. So that's how we designed, that's how they designed it, I should say. We didn't design it. But if you're stating that you'd want raceways, I can bring that back to the brand and repropose it. I don't think that will be an issue.
Can you go back to the facade that shows this sign in it? Like zoom in. Can you zoom in, please? So in this, I don't know, the Duncan letters just look the same size as the J, the red J's, and in the drawing they look smaller.
I would much prefer seeing this on a raceway.
Yeah, me
Just
too.
orange
Yeah.
Duncan and then the red
I
and
agree
white
with that.
Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make 5.
What do we think about the awning with that adjustment? With, you know, what monolithically black with the 2 colored stripes.
That didn't bother me as much as the rest of you. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're twisting their arm to go to a raceway, maybe we could let them stay with the dual stripe.
Doesn't bother me.
Yep, me too. Doesn't bother.
Yeah, I think the stripes will look better if stuff's on a raceway for
How
sure.
about this? How about if there were 2 thinner stripes, a red and an orange stripe? That went all the way across, one above the other.
Yeah.
That's a different brand.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's Duncan Jimmy.
Yeah, it does look like part of the trade dress for Jimmy John's on its own is a black awning with a red stripe. And so my suspicion is they're just adapting it on the Duncan combos to include the Duncan branding so that people aren't confused.
I would agree.
One door. It seems like even if you're confused, you'll figure it out once you get inside the store.
Yeah. And just to ask there's some existing signage on the glass. You're not proposing replacing that. You're just going to take that down, correct?
We don't have any glass graphics in our scope of work
Okay.
with the client, so the answer is no on our end. No window graphics.
So I imagine we should just continue this, give you a chance to talk to the folks at Duncan Brands and
Yep.
come back with a revised illustration as long as they're okay with the raceway approach.
Okay, and the raceway, I would assume I would paint that raceway to match the building color. That would be the intent, correct?
Right.
Correct. That seems to be
Okay.
whether it's painted or it's just a good color match. The Fuel America Raceway is more or less the color of the painted masonry behind it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, not a problem.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next case is 1351 Beacon Street. It's to install a new facade sign for Diesel Cannabis. This is the building that was sanctuary marijuana. And is the sign person here?
Yep, that's me.
Hi, Vesu.
Hi.
Hi. So can you show the,
Yeah. Do you want me to share my screen?
yes, I think I already allowed you to share it, but maybe not. I will,
You guys can see it?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, my name's Vasu. I'm from Fast Signs Woburn. I'm representing my client Diesel. They're looking to do a sign at 1351 Beacon Street. The existing sign is sanctuary dimensional letters. It's non-illuminated on a 1-inch thick backer. We're proposing the same thing, but in their case, it'll be a black backer with brushed gold letters. They're about 1/2 inch thick, and it's 144 inches wide by 20 inches tall. The black backer is also 1 inch thick with, it's made of aluminum with 1-inch tubing internal framing, and then the letters are stud mounted onto the backer.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
looks
curious,
good to me.
technology-wise, are those 3D images photographs of an actual mock-up or fabricated sign?
No, we just did our renderings. We show the 3D. Just it provides a better.
Okay.
You
I was
know.
curious, in the actual, I imagine you'll get a tighter seam between the two black panels, but
Oh, right here. You mean?
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I just like to show that to the client just because, you know, sometimes we don't want the sanctuary one also has a seam, but it's like very minimal. Can't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with this
I
either.
understand.
Yeah,
I've
Oh, cool. Can you mute yourself, please?
I have one question. The grain of the metal looks like it was going horizontal.
Yep, that's what we typically do, unless
Okay.
the
I was
client.
just wondering if it should be vertical so that it's not collecting dust and soot.
It's like this.
Okay.
Like
If that's what you do, then that's what
yeah,
you do.
just. I mean, it's really preference at the end of the day, but I think we've always done it horizontal. Yeah.
so I have a question, Vasu. This may not be something that's within your purview, but you know, the existing place Sanctuary has there's what was referred to as a gallery in the store to, you know, because the actual marijuana dispensary operation isn't supposed to be visible from the street. And that became a kind of a dead space. And I wonder whether this is a question more for Polly or Meredith, what's going to become of that so-called gallery space?
Well, I will find out for you and let you know.
Yeah,
I'll-
window covering as well. Seems to me it was just blank.
Actually, I do have one more of a question. Is there a reason why you wouldn't want to make your sign a couple inches wider on each side to basically align with the inside corner of the yellow brick? Looks like Sanctuary didn't. I don't know if there's a physical reason why they did that. But if you're going to replace the panel, you could make it a couple inches wider and make that alignment work better.
Like the edge of the metal frame below it, yeah, that brick frame joint.
Yeah.
What you're saying, Matt, right?
I don't know if Sanctuary inherited a panel and they just recovered the framing that was supporting it or what have you. But if you're interested in making it a little bit wider, I mean, I know.
Yeah, the whole reason behind this was just to keep it the same size as Sanctuary. But yeah, it's if the wider is not an issue, then yeah, we don't mind. It was more just to keep it the same square footage, I guess. Yeah, we don't have an issue with making it a little wider.
Like from a square footage side, I don't have this.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd sort of recommend that if the client's okay with it.
Sure.
So that's not changing the lettering at all. It's just making the backing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I will make a motion to approve the sign proposed for Diesel Cannabis with the opportunity for the client fabricator to increase the width of the sign so that the left and right sides align with the inside edges of the yellow brick, should they so decide. Otherwise, they may install what they have presented today. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. For votes, Linda.
Aye.
Steve.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Andrea.
Aye.
Tommy.
Aye.
Blair.
Aye.
And chair votes aye. Great. Thank you, Vasu.
Thank you.
And the last case, well, it's
We have
not
to go
actually
back to Capriccio.
Capriccio, but on the agenda, 224 Washington Street. This is a new bookstore coming to Brookline Village, and I guess it's Bruce Jacobs is the designer.
No, not the
You're
design.
the
I'm the owner.
You're the owner, excuse me, and we're delighted to have a
Thank you.
children's bookstore in the village. And the new signs, awning, a projecting sign, and I will let him walk you through the program, which is quite extensive.
Absolutely. No, do I have the ability to share my
Yes,
screen?
I believe you do.
Here it is, share. Let's try this. Is that, can you see that?
Not quite yet. It's still the,
Not-
Oh,
There
it's
it
good.
is.
Yes.
now we can.
All right, so this is sort of midway through this presentation here. That this came from our decorators, and you can see on the left, that's the original building, 1898. There's a photo from 1898, and it had an awning at that time. And actually, the hardware for that awning was still on the building. We removed it because it was not operable. It was rusted over and just wouldn't work. But this is on the right, you can see that's kind of the concept of what we're looking at for the front of the store. An awning and a hand-painted sign and 3 downward facing lights for the signage. And there's also a sign to be constructed on, or there's an existing sign. Well, here's the existing. And on the left, that's the front. On the right, you can see the front, but you can also see Davis Court. And there's an existing sign for EC Florist. And after some discussion with the owner of EC Florist, we came to, they wanted to maintain a sign there. But you can't quite see it, but you can see that we're going to split that space on Davis Court. So it's going to say Turtle Books on the left, EC Florist on the right, on the alley facing side. Well, the other thing to mention is there is a, I don't know what you call it, but there's a sign coming outward from the building, oval sign. It's similar to the one at the Thai restaurant, which is across the alley from across from Davis Court. They have a similar outward facing sign like that.
Yeah. Blade sign is typically what.
Blade sign. Thank you. That's what I wanted to say. Let's see. We've already done the painting of the trim, so this is completed, and there are dimensions here. I don't know if you want me to get into all this, but there are dimensions for all the signs.
I have a couple. This is a very nice proposal, so thank you for opening a business in the village. I walk by
You're
this
welcome.
multiple times a day because I have a dog that needs to go out. And I noticed they've extended one of the windows down to create an accessible entrance from the side. So a lot of work's going into this.
Yeah, that's unrelated to our work.
But are you able to use that as an entrance?
No,
to
we're
your
not
space?
able to use that entrance.
Oh,
There's
interesting.
a
Okay.
wall. There's a wall constructed inside of our building.
Okay.
That
I
wall
thought it
is
was
off
getting ready for
entrance.
you. All right.
No.
My question though has to do with the amount of work being done outside of the signage that's represented in your illustrations. Part of it is sort of a repainting of the brick that's currently painted on the facade, and then extending that rust-colored paint all the way up across the metal panel on the facade, the front of the building. It is
Yes.
painted on the alley side. It is currently not painted on the front. Is that work that is going to be done as part of this proposal?
Well, we intend to do it. We're waiting to hear from the condo association. You can see, I don't know if I have a good shot. You can see the condition of it is right now is it looks like it's condemned or something. So
Yeah.
we
I have
we
enough
want to take that
money
on
to
at our expense, which it really should be at the expense of the building, but they're not interested apparently. So yes, we would like to do that, but we're waiting to hear from the condo association to see if they would approve it or not.
Okay, I mean that is a dramatic improvement in my opinion.
Thank
So
you.
hopeful that
I
does
believe so.
go through. My comment on that was going to be to preserve the copper that's on the bay window that's in the center that you can't see in your illustration, but I have it up on Google Street View.
Oh,
Not
yeah, I
to
don't
paint
think-
over the oxidized copper.
No, we would not do that. That's not even invisible on this
Yep.
the figure here. No, we're not coming anywhere near that.
And then the gooseneck lights, the location where they're shown relative to the sign,
Mhm.
I don't know. Have you looked at whether or not you can actually get electrical power to that location? Or how you would, because those will, my guess is, and you can correct me if you've done research, that you're going to have a a 4-inch octagonal box or maybe a round box that needs to be mounted. And then the gooseneck will mount to that electrical box. And then you're either going to have surface mounted and painted conduit, or you're going to feed it from the space behind, whatever
Yeah,
that is, an apartment or an office space.
No, it's not going to come from behind, but there is a box. We've essentially built a box to cover the exit. When we pulled off the panel, there were like raw timbers, and so we built a box. The cabling will come up through that. We have looked at the feasibility of getting electricity there, and the electrician said, you know, he said it's no problem. I can't really explain all the details of how it will be done.
So the Turtle Book sign that's green with the scalloped edges and the cream color around it, that's the sign, but you're also, the panel behind it is going to be a new panel. That's
already been done. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for those questions.
Mhm.
Where's the entrance to the florist shop?
There is no entrance to the florist shop.
Yeah, I was wondering, is there
why-
an actual store? I mean,
You'll have to speak to Mr. Wong about that. He owns the unit this is a condo building. He owns that one unit that we're renting. He insisted that the sign stay up there, and I don't ask any questions.
but I mean,
Wow.
is there actually a business that's related to
You'll
that
have to
sign?
speak to him about it. The doorway in Davis Court is somehow related to his business, but you'll have to speak to him about it.
Then we should be reviewing that separately.
Reviewing the sign or
Yeah, I don't know why it's there if it's not, it's confusing. I know it's been there, but
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. He insisted. We asked him if we could take it down. He said, well, I want to have at least half the sign up there. And we said we consented to that.
So you're also adding window boxes at the bottom of these front windows, and
Oh, you mean the flower boxes?
yeah,
That was kind of a flourish of our decorator. There's nothing firm about that particular feature of the design.
A couple of the businesses along that stretch have done planters in front of their windows.
Some of them do have planters.
You have to maintain it, but if you maintain it, looks good.
Yep,
and you
understood.
said it was, this is just for signage, but the red panels above, you said that work has already been done?
Yeah, the panel that appears behind Turtle Books.
No, above where the windows are, because it,
Oh, we're not touching that. We're just gonna paint that. You can see I'll bring the existing back.
what
We're
is
offering to
it
paint.
existing?
You can
What's-
see there's what it looks like now.
Yeah,
You're talking about the vertical, like there's
the
a
white panels,
Yeah, that's what it is now.
okay. So
And
you're just,
we think it looks not
That's
not
what I
very
was asking,
attractive.
if you can paint it. It's painted on the alley side today and it looks much better.
Yeah,
mm,
that's our idea to replicate that.
Yeah.
Also, there's like it looks like a columns. They're wood, and the wood is like splitting, and it's dried out. So it should have been done years ago. I don't know why it's been allowed to persist like that.
also this clarifies something. There is actually one step to get to your entry, right? So it's not fully accessible, although
It is. There's a 6-inch step, regrettably, but
okay.
there's not really much we can do about that.
I think the florist is on the second floor, because the address for the florist online is 222, which is the common entry to this building. So that might be what's on that second floor.
No, I've asked him. He does not own that second floor. At least that's what he told me. You'll have to speak to Mr. Wong.
It's a mystery.
well, I would suggest, I don't like having a sign if we don't, just to have a sign.
Yeah, well, he does the alley entrance. That is for his business. It's some kind of a drop-off area that he intends to operate.
So it's like a shadow business.
You know what? I'm sorry. I don't really know how to answer these questions. Unless I can't bring him to this meeting. I mean, that's not going to happen. Yeah, we're kind of caught in the middle in this.
So, Paul, this is more a question for you. That technically is a different address. It's not 224. Their business registration is 222 Washington. So I
Oh, is
assume
it?
we have to separate that sign because it's got a different registered address.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, EC Florist is registered at 222?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. What unit number does it say?
It does not say.
Hmm.
It's a Google search for EC Flowers.
Oh,
Well, I like this proposal a lot.
Yep.
I particularly like the new lighting inside. I mean, it's really charming.
oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we have the lighting in now. It's not 100% that, but it's pretty close to that.
Okay, well, it's very inviting
Thank you
instead
very
of
much.
fluorescence and all this kind of other stuff. No, it's very inviting.
Our decorators are really top notch. Local people.
Good. Send their name around.
Right there.
They're on our Instagram. There it is, Pratt and
It's
Doyle.
right there on the screen.
No, I know through the planning department or something
Oh.
like that if people are, because I think, we have a lot of, new owners or signage that, sort of are very hands off and sort of,
Mhm.
they're very, probably good at their business model, but not so much in their decorating or signage models.
Yeah,
So-
these are hand painted signs. There's a company called Needs Sign Will Paint in Jamaica Plain, and they're really good.
Good. All right.
All right, ready to go to a motion and a vote? Check me on this because we're gonna try to, I think, condition.
Is there anyone from the
secondary
public who
sign.
wishes
Oh, good
to?
point. I don't know who's on.
I don't see anyone.
All right, so I will recommend approval of the sign plans prepared by Pratt and Deutsch Interiors dated 6/18/2025, with the exception of the EC Florist sign, which will have to come back as a separate application. Recommend approval.
I don't think you have the date right. I'm sorry. You said 6/18?
That's what it says on the draft condition. Is there a different
Well, we
date?
can change that if you give me the correct.
Okay, I'll give you the right date.
Okay. Date to be changed. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Who is that? Blair. Okay, I will go for votes. Blair,
Yay.
Andrea,
Yay.
Steve,
Yay.
Tommy,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Linda.
Yay.
Voting on
The
both.
chair votes aye, yay. All right, great. Unanimous. Thank you all.
Or aye.
Yeah.
Or
Yay.
All right,
talk
thank you,
like
Bruce.
a pirate day. Yeah. Okay.
Excited to have you open in the neighborhood.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
looking
I
forward to
appreciate
Proposal looks great.
that. Excellent. Thank you. So are we good on that sign on the Davis Court, or is that an issue?
So the EC floor sign will have to come back as a separate application.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into the TC Florist and see what's up with them.
So the sign on your half of it is fine. It'll leave a blank on the other half until they get approval to do that one.
Oh, okay. We're actually paying for that sign, so but I'll have
Even
him.
weirder.
Wait, I should tell him. Are you gonna approach him, or how are you gonna handle that?
Well, if you could email me the contact information
I'll
for
be
them,
happy to do that.
that would be great. And you have my email? It's just,
Yeah, I think you emailed me at one point.
yeah, or to
Yeah.
Laura Curtis, yeah.
So we're good with constructing just our sign on the left side, and the right side, he'll have to come before the board.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, thanks. I'll let him, I'll
And the
email you
awnings
his
are
contact. Yeah, otherwise the awning, the facade, everything, lighting's okay.
Yep. Blade sign. Yep,
Right.
you're good.
Excellent, thank you.
Nicely done.
Very good, thank you very much, I appreciate that.
I just have to say
Okay.
though, the blade sign, was there a drawing of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
not
is- it's not-
elevation drawing?
Unfortunately, they didn't show it on this view, but it's shown in this, here it is. There's this one here, where you can see it on the building, and then we have a detail of it later on, somewhere.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see the whole
Oh,
package.
there's the detail.
So, are we sure the size is right?
I was just saying, does it comply with the new
Here's the size.
size requirement? It can't stick out more than,
Well, the building commissioner has ruled that does not apply to blade signs,
okay.
so it's fine.
And contextually, to Bruce's earlier point, this projects out about the same as the Mahani sign on the opposite side of the, I'll call it an alley. I don't know what his technical term is. So it's got a symmetrical-ish condition with a good sized blade sign that's very helpful for
There
pedestrians.
was a bylaw or a zoning change for
That's what I was asking. I thought it was
blade
limited to
signs.
12 inches, but if the commissioner
Well-
says it doesn't apply,
Right, he's, does not apply to blade signs.
Okay.
It was a little controversial, but that was what the decision that he made.
Okay.
This is an aside, but when we were on vacation this year and happened to be in Europe, but they would have blade signs, but you could tell that the brackets were constant. They stayed up.
Mhm.
And that the owners would change the, obviously
Hanging part.
the name of their thing. And it was, I mean, they were substantial. It was really nice instead of kind of this constant, I mean, that's a fine blade sign that we're looking at now, but the bracket itself looks a little puny, or it could be, heavier duty. But anyway, it was a nice idea instead of everybody sort of starting from ground zero for these things. I'm sure it's very totalitarian. Anyway,
Sounds very form-based zoning, Linda.
that's right. That and door kick plates. You're right.
Yeah.
So sorry to bring it up. So sorry.
All right, well, thank you. Let's go on to Capriccio, and I'm gonna try to pull up
I'm
those.
gonna go now.
plans. So,
Bye-bye.
Bruce, goodbye.
Bye.
Good
If
luck.
you take that
Thank
down, that
you.
would be great. Okay. I am going to see if I can't get the Capriccio sign. I worked very hard actually with, let's see. Aha. All right. Maybe I could go to my. I'm sorry, it's gonna take a while.
I will say it's a tough building to do signage on. It really is. Kind of, I think having it as an original bank, it's like we didn't need a sign. We're a bank. We've got vaults and we're secure and it's all brick and we've got the classical details that will indicate we are a bank and your money is safe. But having it at restaurants, it's a challenge.
So I'm not sure I can do this. I'm trying to go to my,
And there's nobody here from the applicant. Again,
and believe me, I sent them the agenda 100 times and told them they had to be here, so.
what is different, Polly, in your recollection from what is in that package 2?
Yes, okay, so it's what. Why don't you put up the package 2 and I can,
you said that the most recent one had just Capriccio with a colored line underneath it.
yes, okay, it looks just like this, except that on the left, rather than saying things like cocktails and stuff like that, it says, what is the nationality again?
Colombian.
It says Colombian Steakhouse.
They moved the bottom part of this.
And so it's, yes,
What I was going to say about this image was that I would have recommended moving Colombian Steakhouse over to the left side and, keeping the other line. So there were two lines because it feels very unbalanced with this, like the right side. I know it's lit, but the right side is like full of text, and then the left side seems almost invisible.
Yes, so the Colombian Steakhouse was much bigger and really balanced it out. But they said that right now they don't have any electricity on the left side, so only the right side will be lit. But so it looks, at least
And you-
during
You
day,
said
when
the colors were different? They had Colombian
no,
colors?
the colors aren't different.
Okay.
Oh, you said the colors of the Colombian flag in that stripe? I don't know what those colors are.
It's like
It's
red
what,
and yellow.
yellow, red, and blue?
Yes. It's just a very thin little line that goes under Capriccio, and they felt very strongly about leaving that line there. And then on the left, it balances out by saying, what do we?
Colombian Steakhouse, is that on two lines?
No, it's on, I think it's on one line.
I think it should be on two lines and then bigger.
Maybe it's on
to
two.
balance the other
Yeah,
side.
I would say so. Then the letters could be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they do a stacked Colombian over Steakhouse and the total height of that is the same as the capital C
Capriccio.
Capriccio, I
Right,
think that would
actually, I
look
think
better.
that's the way it is. So if you approve it that way, that's what they'll,
And the color stripes or whatever are on both signs?
no, I don't think they had the stripe on the other side, but I'm sure they would be happy to put it there if you prefer that.
Yeah, I think
the
it,
symmetry is helpful.
yeah, I think it would be too.
Okay. All
Okay.
right, well, if you'll,
There's one question I had. They don't have a lot of detail. They call it, hold on, see this. They don't have a lot of detail on the dimensions of the push-through letters. So they say it's illuminated push-through letter, 3-inch thick return. So if I go to a section, that means that this dimension, if you can see my cursor, is 3 inches. Which suggests then that this is like 2-ish inches. I've never seen a push-through letter that's 2 inches. So my suspicion is this is just some quick representation that is not dimensionally accurate. But if it is accurate, that I think that's a legibility problem. The deeper a letter is, the harder it is to see obliquely and read it. But I also suspect that the sides of the letters, the push through, are probably not the same color as the face. I'm used to those being clear or translucent acrylic with the translucent film only on the face. So you get the white halo around the letters, but they don't show it that way. So again, another piece of evidence that this is just someone's quick graphic representation of the concept, not the dimensions. But it'd be good to confirm that we don't have a 2-inch thick push-through letter with yellow translucent sides.
The 1 inch, so you're saying the return up under sign details, that the return on this says 1 inch thick returns. So that sign box only has a 1 inch thick.
Sign box is a 3-inch thick return.
Well, do you see under C sign details?
Oh, yep.
1 inch.
Push through letter sign.
Okay, so that must be the dimension for the push-through letter.
So that drawing is not dimensionally accurate.
No, I think it's referring to the bottom sign.
Oh, because this is internally illuminated where they have the electricity, and this one is not because they
Yeah.
don't have it.
Yeah.
Again, for the symmetry, I'd probably recommend they'd make them both the 3 inches thick, the depth of the box, even though it's not going to be lit. So that on the building it looks balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is a lot
makes
of
sense.
work to do. I'd also like to request, it may just be a quick graphic, but that they attach the sign at the mortar joints and not the brick.
Yep.
I mean, also looking at the
and
bottom
mortar
sign,
joint
C,
where the,
They show lag bolts right through the middle or edges of brick, and it should be in the mortar joints.
Right.
can
how
you go
about
back
if
to
we,
the,
how about if we do this, that we, when I get the final sign, because there're going to be some changes now, that I send it to Matt And if this board can just make a vote that Matt can approve the final sign, that would be great.
Just one other comment on
There's
the
also
lower
a
sign.
blade
It
sign.
says 3.5, the letters are dimensioned as 3.5 inches, but they don't sort of line up with the dimensional hashtags.
Yeah, I don't feel like, I mean, maybe I trust Matt's judgment, but there's just so much.
Okay, so we could have it come back to the whole board. Let's just continue it. I can't believe that they're not here because I have been emailing with them back and forth about it and about this date and being here, so. All right, let's just continue this.
If you
And I
do
will
find
give
the submission, Polly, can you just send it to all of us for just, so we,
Of course, and then if you can just write back any comments you have, but be sure to write them back just to me, not to the whole board.
okay?
Then I can pass them on. And it's not that I can't find, I will be able to find it. What I am not able to do, and someone is going to have to teach me how to do it, is to go into my files and open it up. And I'm sure Cameron can show me when he's in the office. So, okay, very good. We'll continue.
Any comments on the blade sign? Tommy, you reminded us we have this, this one has less, less to comment on.
I liked it. I like the little symbol.
Yeah,
I
I
like their
think
logo.
their design there is really great. I really like that.
All right, so we're really just talking about probably some changes to the two box signs. Dimension of the box on the left matching the illuminated box on the right. Connections through the mortar joints rather than through the face brick. And doing a double line Columbian Steakhouse with an underline that the double line matches the 16 inches or whatever it is on the version you have recently. So that they're balanced visually.
Okay, I've got it. All right, now our next meeting is October 16th. It is the going to be the public hearing on the warrant articles. It has now been posted on our Agenda Center. Do you all know how to go to the Agenda Center? You just, well, you're shaking your head, yes, Matt, but I'm not sure everyone knows.
I'll share.
What, you're going to show it?
I'm assuming this is what you're talking about. Hold on a second.
Yes, you
Yeah,
go.
that's how I get on all the time now.
So when you click that, you get a pop-up agenda. This is what I'm sure you all use.
Yeah.
And then over here are all the files that are connected to those.
Right,
Yeah,
and this
I'm
isn't
up
big
to
enough
speed.
for me to see which, is this the October?
This is the October 16th.
Right.
Yeah, at 7 p.m. And then you can click here. It pops up your Brookline. Mine's already filled out because I've done it before. You click register and it will email you a Zoom link for this meeting. And you automatically get registered. So I think that the organizers can see who's accepted or asked to be invited to the meeting.
Yeah, and Matt is reminding me that the meeting has been scheduled for 7 p.m., not 7:30. And there are 3 warrant articles, 2 zoning and 1 general. And I'm hopeful that we can get through it in one night, which is why we're starting at 7 o'clock. And there are no other items on the agenda except for the warrant articles.
Right, and I will not be there, so have fun.
Sorry, Steve, but you could, let's see, what time will it be in Europe? I guess it'll be 6
Be
hours
6
later.
hours ahead, so no. I mean, I'm a night owl, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay. All right,
Bye,
well,
Polly.
enjoy, Steve, and thank you,
All right, thank you.
everyone. And we will see you on the 16th.
Have a good day, everybody.
You remember Becca joining many meetings from Uganda, you know, when she was like, that was then. Okay.
All right. Well, you're not as young as she is. That's the problem.
Right.
Right. Take care.
All righty,
Bye-bye.
bye.